History is full of conflicts, but few as bizarre as the time the Australian military declared war on emus. Yes, emus. In 1932, Western Australia faced an unexpected adversary, Dromaeus novaehollandii, the common emu. Armed with machine guns, soldiers attempted to control these large flightless birds. The Emu War conjures images of generals plotting against feathered foes and soldiers being briefed on emu weak points. It was a masterclass in the unexpected, a testament to nature's ability to thwart human plans. This story is about hope, despair, machine guns, and a great many feathers. And it all began with the best of intentions. Let's delve into this extraordinary chapter of Australian history. After World War I, Australia faced the challenge of reintegrating returning soldiers. Soldier settlement schemes offered plots of land to ex-servicemen, encouraging them to take up farming. However, many farms were in marginal areas with unpredictable rainfall and poor soil. The Great Depression further strained these soldier settlers who were already battling economic hardship. Just when things couldn't get worse, a new problem arrived, a large feathery problem. Emus, Australia's largest native bird, are nomadic and travel vast distances for food and water. In 1932, around 20,000 emus descended on Western Australia's farmlands. The emus saw the ripening wheat crops as an inviting buffet. They consumed vast quantities of grain, trampled fields, and broke through fences. The damage was catastrophic, and farmers watched in despair as their livelihoods were destroyed. Desperate, the ex-servicemen farmers appealed to the government for assistance. They specifically requested the deployment of machine guns. The stage was set for a truly bizarre confrontation. The farmers' pleas reached Sir George Pearce, the Minister for Defence. He agreed to deploy the military, sending a small contingent with 2 Lewis machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Major G.P.W. Meredith of the 7th Heavy Battery led the expedition. The plan was to use machine guns to cull the emu population. The first attempt took place in the Campion district on November 2, 1932. Local settlers tried to funnel the emus towards the waiting guns. However, the emus scattered, making them difficult targets. The gunners opened fire, but the results were underwhelming. The emus proved to be fast, erratic, and surprisingly resilient. The first engagement was more of a frustrating skirmish than a decisive battle. Major Meredith and his men tried different tactics, including mounting a Lewis gun on a truck. The rough terrain made aiming difficult, and the emus often split into smaller groups. The scene resembled a Keystone Cops film, with a truck lurching wildly and emus outpacing their pursuers. Reports suggested that the gunners often fired at disappearing clouds of dust and feathers. Major Meredith himself noted the emus' remarkable ability to absorb bullets. Despite firing thousands of rounds, the number of emus killed was disappointingly low. The press began to mock the military's efforts. The Great Emu War was rapidly turning into the Great Emu Embarrassment. By November 8th, the initial military operation was called off due to meager kills and negative publicity. A brief second attempt in late November was marginally more successful, but still fell short. The media had a field day, mocking the military for being outmaneuvered by birds. The Emu War became a source of national amusement and a bit of embarrassment. The government quietly abandoned the military solution and reinstated a bounty system. The Emu War ended not with a bang, but with a quiet retreat. The legacy of the Emu War is a humorous footnote in Australian history. It serves as a reminder of humanity's clumsy attempts to control nature. Sometimes the wisest course of action is to acknowledge when you've been outsmarted by a bird.